right into it, starting with Avery Bradley. Boston Celtics straight away, their star shooting guard. I consider him a star. To clear up cap space to sign Gordon Hayward last week, they've now lost Olynyk, Amir Johnson, Jonas Jerebko. Avery Bradley makes four.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Celtics giving up too much to sign Gordon Hayward?
Well, let's get something out of the way real quick. Jerebko and Johnson are trash.
No,
They're garbage
not.
players. They're not good. They're bad people. I know from personal experience. And Boston, doesn't want them. Now, let's talk about the players that actually matter there. Kelly Olynyk, despite being OP in 2K, is a great player in real life as well.
He's pretty good.
Great player in real life.
I like him.
Very nice backup center. He could maybe even be a starting center for some bad teams. And that's the type of guy you want as your backup center, someone who can start on another team. Excellent.
And someone who brings a change of pace.
Right. His play style is very different from their starter, which is, I don't really know if they have a true center on their team besides Kelly Olynyk. So it's nice to have him in there, and they lost that. And they also lost Avery Bradley, who is the second best player on their team, I think.
Bradley was a significant player to them last year.
Yeah.
He was one of their on-court leaders. He was second on the team in points and three-point percentage, if I can remember correctly. He's also by far their best perimeter defender. Made up for a lot of Isaiah's defensive deficiencies.
If I was starting a basketball team and I had to pick one of the Boston Celtics to start the team with, I would pick Avery Bradley.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even a question for me.
Right.
This will be a different Celtics team. With that being said, I think it might be a better one, especially down the road. Avery Bradley's contract is expiring.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to get paid next year.
We just talked about him being a big-time talent.
Yeah.
Market value, probably they're not going to be able to keep him anyway. This is a move they had to make, and I think you can make up for Avery Bradley at the margins. Right? Brad Stevens wants to play this positionless basketball kind of thing where you have ball handlers, wings, and guards. Not guards and bigs, right? Those
Sure.
three. And as good as Avery Bradley is, he's a traditional two guard, and he doesn't really fit into one of those categories all that well.
Right.
Right? So you can make up for the three-point shooting with the Terry Roziers, the Jason Tatums. You can make up for his defense with Jaylen Brown, being able to switch 2 through 4 the way they want to.
Yeah. And you get an all-around all-star in Gordon Hayward. You make the room for him to show up. So I think it's going to be a better Boston team.
It's going to be a better Boston team, especially with those three bigs that we talked about leaving. They do get Marcus Morris in the trade.
Right, who's a good player.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He could be that day one starting power forward. I think size problems abound, but who knows? Do you think that without Bradley they can win? They can beat Cleveland anyway?
Oh, I think they're going to lose to Cleveland.
They're going to lose to Cleveland, and we touched on that.
They can't stop Cleveland.
So do you think they're not going to stop Cleveland this year?
Right.
But we're talking about this move years down the road.
For the long term.
Are the Celtics more likely to win with an Isaiah, Hayward, Horford trio, or a futures team? Tatum,
I think a futures
Brown,
team.
Next year's first-round pick.
I would definitely rather take a futures team from the Celtics. They've got something along the lines of, I think, depending on how protected picks lay out, they're going to have 4 to 7 first-round picks over the next 4 years. And on top of that, they've got extra first-round picks down the line, and they could turn those assets into good players in the NBA right now if they wanted to trade them. I think they could draft a team out of those players. I think that's what they should do. And I think down the road, they're going to be a really, really elite team in this league.
Yeah, they could be. So should they even be converting assets at this point?
No, I think they should be holding on to their assets. I think they should give away what they have to be Eastern Conference finalists for the next 3 years. And then they should attack. They should switch into win now mode. And I think they're in win now mode right now, which is a little bit of a mistake in my opinion. Because I've
I
said this
don't.
to you a million times. I
Mhm.
think the Golden State Warriors are the best team that's ever been assembled in the history of the NBA.
Best I've seen.
Yeah,
I'm only 19 years old, but
so am I. But
best I've
if
seen.
you look at it, who's gonna beat them? You can who's gonna beat them?
So